What is the coolest and most eye-catching move in the DMC series? It's definitely the mighty Judgment Cut. In Devil May Cry, Peak of Combat, the carry of Physical Team, Endless Judgment can use this super powerful skill, which makes Physical Team quite strong in the game. In the game, you can put 3 characters in a lineup. When there are 3 physical type characters in a lineup, they will gain a BUFF, which increase 30% crit rate. Very critical and powerful. There are 5 physical type hunters. Core carry Endless Judgment, Reliable Support Royal Guard, Devil Crusher, Swift Arsenal, and Demon Hunter. Devil Crusher is a powerful shield breaker, but his damage is lower than other hunters. Swift Arsenal is a good supporter. She has healing passive skill, long attack range, and can perform multiple hits. An ideal hunter to against hit shield, but his passive skill support from Ally, which is unlocked in SS Hunter rank, doesn't work well in the physical lineup. The starter character, Demon Hunter, is a support character and can be putted in various lineup. He can increase the physical damage the enemy takes with his style skill. When he reaches S rank, the physical damage increase ability will get strengthened. When he reaches S rank, his QTE will also trigger the physical damage increasing buff. The team generally consists of Endless Judgment, Royal Guard, Demon Hunter, so we will leave Devil Crusher and Swift Arsenal aside. The Endless Judgment as style skill cause little damage and can merely trigger the extreme counter, so these 2 skills can be upgraded later. Put your resources to upgrade the basic attack, secondary attack, ultimate skill, and QTE first. The basic attack is the top skill to be upgraded. It's the most commonly used means of damage. The Judgment Cut and the ultimate skill Judgment Cut End are Endless Judgment S core skills. Also the most amazing skills. Upgraded them too. The QTE inflicts high damage and can be triggered by killing enemies, making it very effective in combat against large groups of enemies. Upgraded it. As a main control character, Royal Guard requires Delicacy Operate. The damage mostly rely on released and QTE. In the physical team, Royal Guard basically only uses QTE, so there's no need to introduce the skill techniques in detail. You only need to upgrade his released and QTE. As the last part of the team, Demon Hunter's main skill upgrades are the QTE and style skill. Then upgrade his basic attack, because the Demon Hunter's SS rank QTE can increase physical damage the target takes, while the S rank style skill can do the same. As a support character, he will not stay on the field. There's no need to upgrade other skills. Upgrading basic attacks is because there are many occasions when the QTE cooldown is not yet over, and basic attacks can slightly increase damage capability. The unmentioned Devil Crusher and Swift Arsenal, their support ability and damage ability can't compare with Royal Guard and Demon Hunter, so they will be lower tier substitutes. In terms of fight, Endless Judgment as passive skill, Easy Kill, can increase his physical damage when Endless Judgment enter the battle, requiring frequent character switching to trigger this effect. Therefore, the physical team is built around QTE as the main means of damage. When facing large groups of enemies, it is usually Endless Judgment who takes the lead. After killing enemy, trigger the killing QTE to switch any hunter. Repeat the process, then switch back to Endless Judgment. When facing single enemy, Endless Judgment is the core character, using Judgment Cut to inflict bleeding on enemy. Trigger Royal Guard's QTE. Use Release to inflicting damage and buff. Then trigger Demon Hunter's QTE. Use Stinger to inflict damage and weakening effect. While waiting for the cooldown on character switching, use Demon Hunter's basic attack to accumulate the bleeding gauge and inflict some damage. Once the cooldown is over, switch back to Endless Judgment to trigger damage enhancement and QTE. Then repeat the cycle. Regarding the cards, Endless Judgment can choose Phantom to increase physical damage by 16% and critical rate, and damage by 20% when against bleeding enemy. Status should focus on ATK, Physical DMG, Crit DMG, and Overall DMG. Royal Guard can choose either Phantom or Beowulf. The Royal Guard's QT always inflict bleeding to hitting target. can enjoy full bonuses form Phantom, and Beowulf is purely for increasing team damage, which can increase the damage take by 16% for 16s. When QTE hits the target with a 20s cooldown. Similarly, status should focus on ATK, physical DMG, crit DMG, and overall DMG, Demon Hunter as a support character, and no damage from ultimate skill. So only consider to use Beowulf. Status can focus on MP Regen bonus to use more ultimate skill. That's all for today's video. Let's hunting down the demons.